Welcome back to another episode of Fool's Bounty with Damian playing Carib. I struggled it for a second. I was like, Carib. Jay playing Amon, and I am your dungeon master during this adventure. As a quick recap, because it has been a minute since we played, or since our last recording anyways. You guys were traveling with Amelia in her cart. You guys kind of had Amelia,
Who's that?
The magic chick from the guild.
The one that was turned into a roach.
Who's that?
The one that was with you guys when your mom lost her leg.
Jesus, not me, Mom.
The same lady that's been with you guys.
Who's that?
Bueno. Anyways, she's there. You guys are there. You guys have been traveling. You guys are heading on this 2-week expedition out to what you guys are
2 weeks. We gotta be on the road.
Yeah, which you guys have been on the road for a few days already. You made it through the first leg of your journey, which is getting out of the forest kind of area you guys are in with a few really good rolls, actually, that helps you guys navigate and find a well path to get through pretty quick.
You're welcome.
From here on, you guys are about a day's journey left until you get to the next canyon pass that Amelia kind of has pointed out on the map, which from there leads you guys to about a week and a half left of travel to get to your destination in total. But that's where we left off. It was kind of hitting towards evening-ish after your day of exiting the forest. Okay.
Right.
So after you guys have cleared the forest, for the most part, it is nearing towards the end of the day, which is where we're going to pick up from here. So you guys are able to kind of find this neat little alcove to kind of nest up for the night. And before you guys go and proceed on your journey, how are you guys feeling so far about the journey? What's going through you guys' heads as you guys kind of settle down and gather on the campfire for the night?
I believe we heard wolves, or at least had a trail of wolves.
You did find some prints before. Yeah, that's correct.
Need to find some magic mushrooms.
The only thing you can think of is drugs right now.
I mean, if we're gonna do it, if we're gonna be under the stars, can I feel the stars? Is that too much to ask?
Hey, Amelia, do we have any kind of early warning type spells or indication things that we can probably set on some of these trees around here, just so that we can sense if anything is coming in? We'll set up a watch, but still, it'd be nice to have an additional layer of security.
You are on security.
Yeah, that's not really my specialty. My card can do a few things, but it doesn't really have any type of early detection. I don't really go out that much, so I've never really planned that far ahead. But
that's her way of saying you're screwed.
Basically.
All right. So, who wants to take the first watch?
If I could have some mushrooms, I'm gonna take first watch.
Oh boy.
Well, if you guys don't mind, I'm fairly exhausted from keeping up my mana and keeping the carriage going throughout the day, so I am going to go to sleep.
All right, why don't you take the last little watch? It'll just wake you up a little early right before dawn. You're blinking.
Yeah, what the heck? He's going through some kind of dimensional rift over there. Anyway, so Amelia's going to bed. Amon has been rambling about mushrooms. And what were you saying, Carib?
I'll get the fire started and at least.
I'll take first watch. Go ahead.
Go find the mushrooms. I'll get the fire started and I'll get things set up.
You gonna take the mushrooms with me?
Go find the mushrooms first. If you find any, report back. But if you also happen to find any small game, get that. I mean, we could use the extra food.
All right.
I mean, you're out there anyways. Might as well.
All right.
So, Amon, go ahead and roll me a survival check, please.
You sure?
Yep, I'm sure.
I get a +6.
That's fine. You can have all the pluses you want. Roll me a survival check.
That one.
It's +6.
Oh, it does not.
You talk a lot of shit for a +6.
Quit fail. What a way to start this off. Excellent. So, Carib, you're sitting there.
With the D&D Beyond, this is not going to go good for me.
It was working well for you last time. You can't complain.
This is look
Is
out.
that 500 megabits? Huh? It's too much, too quick.
You're moving too fast for me.
So, Carib, you've gone ahead and started getting camps up. The fire's going. Amelia's kind of bunkering down next to the. She's actually in the back of the wagon, getting all set up there. Your bags are all set up. You guys have a nice little area going. You realize it's been about 2 hours since you've seen Amon go find mushrooms, and he hasn't come back.
This asshole got lost, I'm pretty sure. Either that or he's high on mushrooms somewhere.
Now
I look
Amon.
back,
Oh, go ahead, girl.
I look back at Amelia. She's knocked out, right?
You can tell that she's not quite asleep. You can hear her moving a little bit, and every now and then, you can kind of like see her, almost like look through one of the flaps a little bit.
All right. I kind of wait till I kind of see that she's done that, and I'm just gonna be like, just chill. And how big of a clearing is it? Did I see which way Amon took off to go look?
Yeah, so where you guys had parked was basically against the side of a big rock. So next to the wagon, there's a big rock that's kind of covering. You guys have some trees, and then about 40 or so yards away is where the actual tree line begins, where Amon had walked through.
Okay. So I have clear line of sight to Amelia if I go to the tree line at least, right?
Correct. Yeah, clear line of sight.
So I'm gonna begin my movement towards the tree line while you go back to Amon or whatever the case. If I'm at least move my towards the tree line because I want to at least maybe try to call out or see if I see any signal of him while still keeping an eye back on camp.
Okay. All right. So Amon, you begin your hunt out for mushrooms. You're like, wow, it's a beautiful night. The moon is lit up very well. It's almost nearly a full moon. You have a good light way. You're able to see. You're kind of walking through. Roll me just a straight D20, please.
Tree.
Okay. So as you're walking through, you're kind of navigating through some of the trees. You're keeping an eye out for where some of the major tracks are. And about 10 minutes into your journey, you notice that there are some hog prints in the ground. In your mind, hogs usually go for mushrooms. They know where some of the better food is going to be. So you follow through some of their trails a little bit for about another 10 minutes. It's around this time that something kind of falls out the tree and ends up startling you, and you trip over and you kind of tumble down this little side of the hill for a little bit before you smack down into a rock, and you're about out for about 45 minutes. When you wake up, you're on where you fell is pretty much all stone. There's not really much more dirt from how far you fell. You fell about 40 feet or so. Didn't really take much damage the way you fell. You got lucky there. But right now you can tell it's been about a while since you've left camp, and you're just now waking up in this stoned off area, basically.
I'm gonna keep going after fucking hog.
You're gonna keep going after the hog?
No, I said that's what I get for going after a hog. God damn it. Just to get me. Where the fuck?
Go and give me a perception check, please.
Uh,
You got these.
15.
15? Okay.
And +6 came in handy one time.
So with that, you can see where you tumbled down from and where kind of the tree line is. Where you end up falling is an odd space because it's almost as if there's a giant gouge in the ground. Around you, there's still more trees. There's still grass up where you fell down, but it's almost like something was there at some point. It's not super wide, about 35 feet wide or so, and about 60 feet long. But in here, as you're kind of looking southeast where you came from, you can see where this little gouge out area that you're in kind of starts making its way back up top a little bit. But there's also a surface that doesn't match the walls that you're kind of looking at now. What you're looking at are just regular stone walls. There seems to be something slightly more man-made towards the base of this gouge out area that you're in.
I'm going to it.
You go into the gap. Okay. It's about 30 feet or so it doesn't take you that long to get there. As you're approaching it, the air is a little bit heavier
I want to do
and
it
colder.
stealthily.
Okay, roll me a stealth check.
15.
15? Not bad. So you're walking up to this structure that you kind of saw. It's carved out from the wall. It's about 5 feet out from the wall itself. As you're walking towards it, even amongst just the night air itself, your footsteps are almost non-existent as you're approaching this thing. Very stealthy. You can even hear just very crickets in the background where not even your footsteps are making noise and they're right under you. You're getting closer and the air is getting colder and it's a little bit feels heavier on you as you approach. But there's a small pillar with some etchings onto it, and next to it is just the smallest opening that you could squeeze through, where there might be something further beyond it. From here, we're gonna jump scenes. Back over to Carib. This is all
You could
happening
have been doing that this whole time that
in
I was
tandem.
talking.
No.
Well, the truth is that, I mean, as far as I know, you've just been gone for about, you said, a little under 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
So, about an hour and 45 minutes or so. So, I'll get to the edge of the forest, and can I, with my dark vision, see? Because I just don't think Amon would have gone into the forest all stealthy like the entire time. Can I see a pretty clear trail as to where he may have like barged his way through?
So you can definitely see, especially right there at the edge of the forest, because you can see where his footprints led in naturally. You can get a general sense of where he is as you progress further in. That's where it will require like an investigation check just to continue following them, because night traffic and stuff like that. But for the first leg of it, yeah, you see his footprints. You see kind of where he was wandering for a bit. You can tell where he was kind of stopping, walking and stopping. You think there's a part where he may have pissed somewhere. You avoid that and you kind of keep going for a little bit. Roll me a wisdom check.
A 4.
4, okay. So you're looking and you see Amon's footprints kind of circle the tree a few times, and then it zigs to the left, zigs to the right, and it takes you the better part of 20 minutes before you catch on to he's following something else's tracks. And you kind of take a deeper look into it, and you can see that there are smaller indented hog footprints that you can easily follow through, and that's follows the same overall path that Amon's trail does. About 25 minutes from that point on, you do see where the footprints end abruptly into almost a slide, and you are at the mouth of where this opening is. That same kind of gouged out stone area.
Can I see Amon already from down there, or is it too far for me to see that far? Or is my timing such that Amon's not there? I don't know.
So right now, from where you are, even with your dark vision, you can't see all the way to where he is currently.
Okay.
As far as where he left off at.
But I can see it looks like do I see his big butt slide markings on the ground?
Once you see that abrupt slide, you look and you can see where it went. Okay, ass, horns, face, shoulder, ass, horns, whole body hit the ground. You see that indent there.
Got it. I guess it doesn't hurt to call out to see if I can see him on. So I'm just gonna call out to him and see if I can see him or if I can get a response.
Absolutely. Roll a straight d20 and then do your call out.
Rolling a straight d20. 17.
Okay.
And I'm gonna call out. Asshole a million! Asshole a million! Did you bust your ass, asshole a million? You down there somewhere?
And as your call goes through, you can hear your own voice kind of echoing through followed by the stale kind of wind of the evening and the little crickets and critters and around you, but there's no response back from Amon himself.
Yeah, man. He probably bust his ass and he's taking a dirt nap right now. How far back is it to the camp?
It making a beeline for it probably take about 28, 30 minutes. If you just do a casual pace, if you try and get there quick, you can probably get there by 15.
So I'd like to look at the nature of the surroundings and see if there's any kind of like, if I could see a easier foot holding method to get down there, so I can try to peer further into the slide. Maybe he's knocked out. He's just not responding to me.
Okay. I'll let you choose. You can either do an investigation check or you can do a survival check.
I'll do an investigation because I have advantage on that. So my first roll was a 12.
Mm-hmm.
And my second roll is a 23. I'll take the 23, please.
Okay. So as you're kind of scanning through over, you notice that if you looking,
calm down.
as you're looking more northish
Calm
direction
down.
there's the overall gouge kind of increases in height and scale there gradually before coming to like a higher peak. But more southish, you do see where it kind of narrows down to where it's only about a 10, 15 foot drop down to where you can see is that same ledge where you see where his body imprinted on.
All right. So I see where his body landed, but I don't see his body.
Correct.
Is there just by looking around at this gouge, is there any indication of any other machinery or anything else that may have? Does this gouge feel fresh or old?
So with the check you did before, that perception check, you can see that there's all kinds of moss and other type of, just regular decay from plants, animals, things like that have come through over the years. So this isn't anything that's relatively new. However, looking at it, you can tell it's not 100% natural either. Is what you gauge from it. It seems less man-made intentionally and more man-made accidentally.
All right. Okay. So I see his body. I'm gonna just try to call out again. I mean, I have 60 feet of dark vision so I want to go to where his body had laid, and I want to look around and see if I could see him within that 60 feet.
Okay, so we'll still use the same check since that one you would have had a clear scan of everything at this point with that previous check. You can see from where his body imprint is, you can see a clear indication of footprints going downwards into the darker depths of this gouge.
Oh, okay. Well, looks like the dumbass didn't die. That's a good thing. Dragging her body or knocked out ass up this gouge would have been troublesome. And I don't want to wake Amelia. She would have turned you into a roach. I'm just saying this as I'm kind of walking and following his footsteps. Like now I'm thinking to myself, I'm going, maybe I should have let her turn you into a roach. It'd been a lot easier to carry around. But no, you had to go look for fucking mushrooms. And now I don't even know. Did you get a pig? I don't know. So I'm kind of walking and following his footsteps. I'm just talking to myself like what am I going to say to this guy when I see him?
Perfect. And so we'll use that to segue and jump scene over to Amon again. So Amon, we're going to jump back to you where you are at this discovery. How do you want to proceed from here?
Do I get a sense that he's coming, or
you can run a quick perception check if you want.
do I feel him talking about me from where I am?
No, with your passing, no, not at all.
20. Wish me luck as I go forward.
You gonna squeeze in?
Easy.
Okay. So you begin pushing your way through, and the reason why it was so dark when you looked at it is this kind of pushes in for about 50, 60 feet as you're going almost into the earth itself. You come out and there's this makeshift wooden platform with with some stairs you can see where it leads down. And looking over the edge, it's about 10, 15 15 feet following the stairs. Nothing too crazy, but you can definitely see outlines of something within the shadows down below. It doesn't seem to be moving. It is still, but there's definitely something down there.
So, how far down is it?
So where you are now is about 15 feet down, and there's stairs that basically wind down to where that meets the
And
floor.
do I notice that if there's anybody there, or can I see anybody like, patrolling, watching over everything?
So you can run another perception check if you like.
Sonic Sun. 8.
8. Okay. So after you squeeze in, you're looking. You look up just to see if there's anything that could be up higher. It looks like it's fairly domed off, only about 20, 25 feet up, but doesn't really seem to be. Looks like smoother walls with just some moss and fungus and roots from trees above kind of coming down through. Looking along, don't really see any like body shapes down there. Even with your dark vision, there's zero light source in this area. So you're able to make out outlines, but nothing that looks like any type of body. There's something large and oddly shaped, but there's no body that you can make out per
Okay.
se.
So I'm gonna squeeze my happy ass right back on up. And I start walking back to it.
Okay. So you make it back to where you fell down easily, and you can see now that you're walking back in that southward direction, where there's a little about 10-foot lip where you could probably climb and make your way back out.
Back.
Hold on. And during this process, we did not cross each other? Okay.
I go back to camp and get slowly. Where do I go and keep looking? We're gonna go.
So you're gonna go back to the hole again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you go back, you squeeze through, you're at the same platform again.
Never said I was gonna squeeze through.
Oh, you're just gonna
I
wait.
said back to the hole. Don't assume. Don't jump the gun here.
You're the one that said I'm gonna go back and search.
Yeah, area. I didn't say I was gonna squeeze back into the tiny hole.
Okay. So you're back at the where the pillar is
I'm
with
going
the
back
little
inside
carvings.
the tiny hole.
Stupid ass. Okay, you squeeze through. You're back on the platform there. Roll me a d20, please.
He's threatening now. He's threatening. He's threatening.
There's no threats
It's an 11.
that you're aware of.
It's an 11.
Yep. So you make it. You squeeze your way through. You feel for the platform. You're looking over. Nothing's changed. Proceed as you wish.
I'm gonna go down the stairs.
Okay. So you're walking down. Are you going regular pace, stealthily? How are you doing this? Just so I don't cheat you.
That type of shit is coming. Come on now. I'm just gonna start skipping down the stairs. Blah, 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 blah.
I don't know. You probably would.
Knowing you were like, you know what? Knowing you, I was only 50 feet. Whee! I'll jump and make it.
I was kind of hoping that he was gonna be there. I was gonna tie a rope on him and I was gonna push him. But he wasn't there, so.
So how are you stealthy? Okay,
Stealthy down the stairs.
Roll me a stealth check, please.
And 19.
19? Okay. So you're walking through, and even though you can feel these boards creaking underneath you, they're making just almost the faintest of noise. Even this cavern, the echoes aren't even, where the acoustics are amazing, no echoes are bouncing off from how stealthy you're being right now. You make it all the way down to the bottom. No issues. You get down there, and you get a better sight of what you looked at from above. And there is an older campsite here.
Cool. So I want to search the campsite, see what I find, see what is useful.
Yep. Roll me an investigation check.
Why don't we just get fancy for it?
And while you do that, we'll cut back to
5.
5? Okay.
5.
We'll jump
Five.
back over to Carib. So Carib, you've been rambling as you're following this path, and you can see where his footprints lead. And at this time, you notice where there was this regular rock surface. You can see where there's more man-made pillar-esque looking thing with some etchings on it, and where Amon's feet kind of double back and then go back inside of where this little opening is next to that pillar.
Doesn't look like a tavern opening, so I'm not entirely sure why he would go in there. Unless he's following a boar. Or maybe he's just being bored. So I see the etchings?
Yeah, you can see the etchings.
Can I read the etchings?
What languages do you know?
Say again?
What languages do you know?
Abyssal, Common, Draconic, Elvish, and Infernal.
Okay. So the etchings themselves are very rudimentary and borderline ancient Draconic. So you're able to make out some of it. You're able to kind of just piece together from what you know, and what some of them are a little bit more unusual that you're not familiar with. But you get the understanding that this just means home.
Home. I look back and I notice that there's a big gouge. And I look, it says a door plaque that says home. And I look around. Can I see any other evidence of an entrance, or do I have any sense of the surroundings? Like, is there, you know, any kind of sense of like there's something active or moving in that area?
Roll me, now that you've read this, roll me perception check.
Perception.
Perception.
Nat 20. Oh, wait. A 9. Damn it. It got me. It looked like a nat 20, then he's like, no, it told me a 9. You lying bastards.
Nope.
Way to get a false sense of...
I know, right?
I got it. No, you don't.
So you're looking around after you've kind of read this pillar, and you get that sneaking suspicion in your head, just kind of being mindful of what you have experienced so far. And once you begin looking around, there's this sense of dread that kind of falls upon you, where your heart palpitations seem to flutter for a moment in a way that's unusual and visibly uncomfortable. And as you kind of glance back down the path which you came, which as you walk down, the wideness of this area narrowed further and further in to where it's mainly, about 10 feet to where you can touch the other side of the wall. But you look back where you climbed down from, and there's a few outlines of figures standing at the edge. And you can count. You're counting, you're sitting there, 1, 2, 3. And as you're moving over to count another, they almost flicker, and then they're gone. And then that strange sense that you had in your chest, that uncomfortable unease, slowly dissipates.
I want to enact my Hunter's Bane. Okay. It's an advantage on wisdom and survival checks to track Fae, Fiends, Undead, and an intelligence ability checks to recall information about them. And the way that I want to use it, because I just realized that this thing is draconic, so I want to almost make contact with the thing and almost maybe sense any kind of arcana or any kind of presence of spirits, because for me to see something that is there and then is gone, instinctively it gives me the sense of spiritualism of some sort. Something doesn't feel right. So okay. I want to check again, but this one I don't want to just check with my eyes. I want to check with reach out with like an arcana check or a history check. Use my Hunter's Bane. Okay,
so you essentially want to extend your consciousness and or aura into this pillar with the etchings and see if you can obtain
sense something else. Yeah, because that was weird.
You roll me Arcana. That's fine. Go for it.
Alright, so that first one was an 8. I have advantage, so let me do another one. As soon as the dice moves. Move, dice. 24.
24? Okay.
Mhm.
So you having that unease dissipate, you get in the back of your head, something's not right. So you gather some arcane energy and you feel the blood kind of circulate through your veins. And as you do, you notice that typically before you didn't really have any external effects whenever you were, projecting any magic or casting anything. But there, some of your veins kind of protrude a little bit more than usual, and they're slightly black in color as you're doing this. This kind of trickles down through both hands as you're performing this, and you extend your magical energies out, and it coalesces and reaches and touches this pillar, and it's just a stone pillar. You don't get any resonance back from it.
All right. I'm just now. My last thing is I'm just gonna yell out inside the thing. To see if I can. I'm pretty sure it's pretty acoustic looking, right? It's a big stone hallway, right? Narrow hallway, pathway.
So where you are now, so yeah, the opening itself goes in, but where you're standing, where that pillar is, think of almost like a crescent moon dome-ish kind of, and then with the path leading out is where you currently are. So go ahead and yell what you're gonna yell, but first roll me another straight d20, please.
Straight d20. 12.
12. Okay. Good to know. All right. Go ahead and yell what you're gonna yell.
Amon, if you're in there, say something.
Amon, you actually do hear this now.
Yeah.
Is that a yes? Is that you? Amon?
Yeah.
My name is JF. Sorry.
Did you say Jiff?
Yeah.
The fuck? Are you okay? Are you stuck?
Maybe.
Would you come out of there? I need to go back to camp, and you're supposed to be getting on duty anytime soon. What the fuck did he just say?
He's too far from the mic. I have no clue.
I don't know where back is.
Are you stuck?
Maybe.
Are you lying?
Yes.
Do you need my help?
Yes.
Of course. I really wish I'd have thought about making a communicator rock or something like that with Amelia.
You have hold on. Just also recap or.
Oh, I have my tattoo.
Back. You guys have your tattoo that you can once per day send a message to one of your guild members. So.
And the day hasn't quite ended yet.
The day hasn't.
Okay.
Amon used his earlier in the day.
Yeah.
Yours is still active, and so is Amelia's. So just want to remind that.
So I want to use my tattoo, and I'm gonna radio back to Amelia real quick.
Okay. What do you want to radio back?
Amelia, Amon got stuck in a cave-like structure, and if I or he am not back within 1 hour, where do we go? Southwest towards us? Southeast?
Yeah. So no, she would. You guys are northish from the campsite, so she would follow north.
All right. Go north, but don't come in unless we tell you to.
And you get a message back in your head. Okay, that's not really how watch duty works, but okay. And she leaves it at that.
Watch duty would work. If it's a fucking dude that had not been here, so I could be on watch duty. I'm not even supposed to be on watch duty right now. Fuck. All right. It's dark in there, right?
Yeah, there's no light source inside at all.
Cool. I have a torch. I'm not going to use my sword yet, but I do have a torch.
Hmm?
I want to light said torch because I'm not going in there fucking blind.
So you're gonna light it before you press your way through.
Yeah, I'm light a torch out here where I can see it, so I can start walking in with a torch.
Roll me a quick intelligence check, please.
Boom, 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 boom. Intelligence. Nat 20 with a 22.
Nice, fantastic.
Good that one of us is getting good roll.
So based on the size of this crevice you'd have to push through, if you light a torch now, it most likely will A, burn you, and B, be snuffed out by the time you make it all the way through.
How tight is this thing?
It's you gotta shimmy squeeze your way through, kind of tight. It's not like a natural opening where you can walk in, just kind of crouch. It's like you gotta work it.
Okay. Change of plans. Just by now that I see that. All right. Can I walk with at least with my sword in front of me or my sword drawn?
You can, yeah, you can. I mean, it'll be next to you, so
I can kind of like shimmy with the sword or holding the sword, or at least have it it's in my hilt anyway. So
yeah, that's fine.
okay. Then I'm going to ignite Mother with radiant. It'll emit light.
So she's just
But it
glowing
doesn't
basically.
burn. Yeah.
Okay. Now.
So I'm gonna use my blood maledict to
Okay.
ignite Mother.
Okay. So she's ignited. Nice, brilliant of radiant energy kind of flutters through.
She's still in her short form sword, so she's not extended. And I'm gonna, I guess, make my way through here to find this fool.
Yeah. Easy enough. Takes you about 3 to 5 minutes as you push through the 20 or so feet to get through. But you come to the wooden platform, and Mother's radiant light kind of beckons out over the cavernous area. You look up, you see roots and moss and fungi hanging down, some little critters up through the roots there, and then the wooden staircase that leads further down. And with the radiant light, you can see kind of Amon walking around this old campsite, basically.
What are you doing down there? See mushrooms?
Bring your ass
Do you
down
see
here.
provisions?
Bring your ass
Do
down
you
here.
see food?
Bring your ass down here.
No. You're
Then
supposed
you
to be
wouldn't
on watch.
Never know.
It's an old campsite. Did you even read the sign before you got in here?
What side?
It says death to anyone who comes in.
Well, see how been? You know you did? I think that.
You have no idea. You're probably already dead. I'm probably talking to a dead man right now. Get your ass up here.
Then leave me here. If I'm dead, leave me here.
I'm about to leave you here. You're supposed to be on watch. You didn't bring mushrooms. You didn't find food. How's your head?
I get it pretty hard. This time busy. I found some stuff down here that had some writing of yours, like from where you're from. You might want to take a look at it.
Yeah, sure. Bring it on up.
I'm not bringing that shit. It's too bad.
Show it to me. I'm gonna stand right here, lift it up, and show it to me. If it's so heavy.
If I just said it's heavy, why am I going to pick it up?
Can I do an insight check on his ass?
Yeah. So Amon, roll me deception, and Carib, you can do a counter insight. You guys are ridiculous.
20.
Fuck.
Dirty 20 or nat 20?
He got a dirty 20, but I got a nat 1.
So, as Amon is yelling this up to you, Carib, you're sitting there, and it sounds legit. It sounds, he may have been messing with you before, but he found something here, and it's kind of big for you. You believe, like, there's no doubt. You see through, and he's lying, and he's not lying this time.
Okay. I'm coming down.
Yeah, because I need your help.
I'll make my way down the stairs. Now that there's some room, I'll have Mother kind of held up like a torch. You know what I mean? Kind of just like, like a light wand, just kind of like lighting up, make sure I don't step on anything. 'Cause I don't have stealth, so my shit's just loud.
Okay, so you're just straight walking down.
I'm walking carefully, but I'm using my weather like a light source to make sure, like I know the stuff's old, so.
Jesus, I should have went up there and picked your ass up.
Roll me that straight D20, baby.
Oh, we're gonna die. Jesus. Why?
15.
15. All right.
We may not die yet.
You make it down to the bottom, and as you're walking down the steps, you can see that there's other carvings similar to that same draconic language you saw on the pillar, that is kind of in the cardinal directions that you see on a compass, and in the same draconic they read north, south, east, and west. And even now with that radiant light too, as you were still walking down, you can see that through the roots, using the roots as like an intricate negative space in the drawing, there's constellations that have been chiseled onto the ceiling as well, that the light's kind of reflecting off of, using those roots. You make it down.
It's quite the archaeological find you found here. There's some history here, I'm sure. Out of curiosity. Say again?
That's our Japan.
No, actually, I actually am a proponent of history. I love history. So, I'm on another day, if it wasn't so much in a hurry and I wasn't tired and we weren't supposed to be back at camp, I would actually have said, hey, you found something of interest to me.
Getting closer, you push me away.
Bitch, what is it that you found? Show me what you found so we can get the hell out of here.
Oh, I ain't finding shit. I just wanted you to come down here with me.
I'm leaving. And I start going back towards the steps.
I use my boomerang to trip him.
Use your boomerang to trip him?
Yeah.
Roll an attack, I guess.
Boomy, where you at? Isn't this guy there got a boomerang?
No, you have the boomerang on the Rods of Dominion campaign guy.
Different character.
Listen, it's been a while for both.
I was saying to myself, like, he has no boomerang to throw at me, so I'm just gonna keep walking.
Hi.
A what?
He throws a rock.
A rock?
A rock.
Just try to trip him.
Okay.
If he throws a rock, can I try to just counter it with a quick batting of or is he throwing it at the back of my head? Am I seeing it?
Well, you began walking towards the stairs, so in this case you would not have seen it. Okay. What's your passive perception though? Give me that.
My passive is 11.
11. Okay. Jay, roll your attack.
My passive insight. My passive insight is 11. My passive intelligence is 15, and my passive wisdom is 11. So, whichever one of those you want.
Okay. Then we're gonna go with the 11. Jay, roll your attack for me.
Am I doing an unarmored attack?
Yeah, you're just gonna do a straight D20 and then add whatever plus for your strength mod.
Sure, we don't want to do something else with the mod.
No, you're the one who want to throw the rock.
15.
15? Okay.
It was a 16, but my mod is -1.
So, and Carib, your armor class is
15.
15. Okay.
I don't want to hit him. I just want to trip him.
You do a rock.
That requires a hit.
So, roll it.
Requires for it to hit me to trip me.
Jay, roll a d4 for the damage going to be dealt. Carib, you do see as you're walking, away, you turn. You do see from the corner of your eye the shadow of movement of Amon doing something, but you don't realize what he's doing until you feel the thwack that of the rock that hits you. For how much damage, Jay? 4 damage. That was a sharp ass rock.
Yeah, right. Oh, what the fuck, you son of a bitch!
I never said we could leave yet. Don't leave me.
So you throw a rock at me? I mean, the shit cut my ankle a little bit.
Poor baby. My mama lost a leg. And you worried about an ankle?
Oh, don't you throw your mama's situation into this. That's fucking cold, man. That's low and that's cold.
First
I
off,
had
I
nothing to
know.
do with that shit, man.
You were there.
Yeah, so were you, sort of. Oh, freaked out.
I took down the guy.
Yeah, you and your baby, you and your evil baby. I'm still leaving. And I'm now. Can I get on the steps by now?
Yeah,
No,
you were at the stairs whenever he smacked
All
you
right,
with
I'm
that.
starting to climb the steps.
no.
Now I'm keeping an eye on him.
So, Amon, you have not been able to do like a thorough investigation of this area yet. With the light source now, it would make it a lot easier if you wanted to try and scramble before he dips, or if you just wanted to follow throughout the grip.
I'm born grip. Stay there. I ain't gonna throw nothing else. Put out your sword so I can look through this camp real quick. Easier.
5 minutes.
Ooh.
Now, mind you, I'm going to say this, that Carib wouldn't mind 5 minutes to kind of look around as well, because like I said, he's into history. So, while he's doing his thing and I have nothing else to do for 5 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and passively kind of look around from a higher perspective, looking down.
Okay. So Amon going to give me an investigation check.
Yeah. Advantage.
No, won't be with advantage.
You bitch.
You just have light source now. It's not with advantage.
50.
Okay. And then Carib, go ahead and give me
History or investigation?
we can go with history if you want. Sure.
Or religion, whichever one.
Religion
I
or
don't know.
history, dealer's choice.
Religion or history? No, I'll do religion. My first roll was 13, and my second roll is 12, so I'm going with 13.
Okay. So Amon, we're going to start with you as far as looking through. So there's this makeshift kind of hut structure there. And you make your way through it. You kind of siphon through things. There's an old, uh, sleeping bag that's there. There's some old bones and different things kind of like hanging through and stuff like that. It was definitely well lived in, but no one's been here recently. Um, you're looking through and you do end up finding a little book that is tightly bound. And you find some unusual little I would say about silver dollar size scales that are almost like this pearlescent copper kind of color.
Okay. I'll take all of it.
All right, so you're gonna have about 4 scales, and then that book there. So just mark that down in your inventory. And then Crib, what was your total?
I think it was 13, or it could have been 14. I'm not sure which one of the two. Could have been 12 or 13.
It was 13 because you had got a lower number.
13.
You said I'll take the 13.
Yeah, it was 12 or 13. It was 13.
All right, so with the 13, you're looking around at the different scribings there, and even though you can read Draconic to an extent, it's very limited because of the years that you were in school, and this was taught more in the realm of myths of where there was once believed to be a dragon race of people and a knowledge that was associated with them that they actually believed was less of a dragon tongue and more of an ancient basically an ancient dwarven dialect that was kind of shifted and changed is what the origins were kind of taught because no one has seen quote unquote a dragon in this world or a dragon kin, so it's unusual that from these myths and things like that you're able to piece together and someone's actually used this script in a way to mark out cardinal directions and constellations. And even though the constellations themselves, you can tell they're clearly depictions of stars, the constellation itself is unfamiliar to you.
Okay. In my equipment, I how does someone of my intelligence not have something to fucking write with? Is there any charcoal in that old fire?
Yeah, rummage around. You can find some older charcoal pieces in there. Some small
All right.
leftover slivers, enough to use to write with.
All right. I want to reluctantly, because this constellation I have not seen and I cannot picture it, and I don't know if I'm going to find this place again. I'm just going to go down. I want to take a piece of charcoal, see if I can find maybe a piece of the tent or whatever, and just quickly kind of jot down a quick sketch of the placement of the stars and constellations so I can reference it later when I have time.
Okay. Roll me a performance check, please.
A 10.
10? Okay. So looking up and through, you jot down using that negative space from the roots and the shadows that's kind of being played with to get this constellation overall that you think is going to be its best spot. In your eye, you're like, cool, this is spot on. From Amon, kind of still just walking around, you can see it. You don't know what the hell he just drew. It does make a lick of sense to you, but Carib, it makes sense to you for future use. And I'll make sure I get you an image of that constellation later on.
Cool.
All right.
Amon,
Yes,
can we go now?
I guess.
Hey, listen, it's not me. You're the one who has explained to Amelia why she had to stay up waiting for us instead of getting sleep after driving this whole time. That's on you, buddy. Or you could stay here. It might be safer, to be honest.
Why don't we just bring her here? It looks like we can nap all at one time.
It is a pretty defensible position. No signs of anybody
It looks
been here
like
for a
ain't
while.
nobody been here in a good long while.
Yeah, but how do we get the cart down here? You know she's not going to get away from her. She's not going to sleep away from her cart. Look, let's just stick with the
Who's
plan.
to say that she doesn't have a spell to make the cart small?
Well, we
Like
don't know
she
that.
changed me into a brooch.
Well, we don't know that, and so we still would have to walk back and talk to her about it anyways.
What time is it by now?
Well, you got to factor in. It's been 2 minutes or 2 hours since you disappeared. It took about another 45, almost an hour for Crib to find you and get down to you, and it's going to take you about another hour or so to get back. So let's say
4
you
hours into
settle
the night.
down. Yeah, it's by the time you get there, if you do end up talking, convincing her to follow back, it's going to be borderline getting close to sunrise again.
Yeah,
So it's we're past midnight, right?
we're about 1 o'clock right now.
Mm-hmm.
Amelia.
No,
It's once per day.
Once per day, but that also triggers on a. No, okay, I'll give it to you. I'll give that one to you. Touche, because I didn't say per long rest. I said per day. So, all right, I'll give it to you. Go for it.
Amelia, are you up? Are you up?
You got a few more
Are
words
you
you can
up?
use. You got about 20.
Oh,
You got 21 words, and you're at 7.
all right. Uh, we found a cave where we all can sleep in. It's pretty defensible. Come find us.
It
Huh?
it ended at come.
Hey.
You get a very groggy response back. I'm pretty comfortable. Um, have you guys not been here the entire time? Get your fucking asses back. And end of it.
I'm going back to get some sleep. I go up the stairs.
Only a D20.
3.
You make it borderline up to the top of where that wooden platform is. As Amon, were you still down, or were you following through with him as well? Okay. The section of stairs right before that top platform gives way. Make a dexterity saving throw for me, please. I would say at disadvantage because you are holding out mother.
Well, my first deck save was
No,
21,
just him. Okay.
Okay.
and my second deck save is 11. So you said at disadvantage?
Correct. So we would take the lower number there.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, Amon, you're seeing this happen as well, so you have an opportunity to do any type of reaction. Did you want to perform anything at all?
I want to catch the dumbass. I don't want him to.
You want to try and catch him? Okay.
Yeah.
Roll me we'll say just a straight dex save.
20.
Dirty 20?
20.
Okay. So, Carib, you're walking up through and you're still kind of looking at the parchment in which you went ahead and wrote the constellation on, and you're beginning to roll it up and tuck it away as you feel as the stairwell gives out underneath you. You attempt to reach up, and when you reach up your hands to try and grab on, Mother, being a longsword, ends up deflecting off of that wooden the wooden scaffolding there, and it you kind of lose yourself even further, so you begin falling back downwards. And right when you think you're going to just drop down into this camping area below, Amon reaches out and he grabs you by your wrist last moment, and he has you dangling there right now.
So I'm dangling from the second section of stairs.
Correct.
So he's on one section.
Basically the topmost stairs.
Platform. Yeah, section, platform, and I'm dangling right around here somewhere.
Correct.
Okay.
We'll wait till he gets back. Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
So you caught Carib as he was falling. And so you currently have him dangling there, and you can begin to hear the rest of the stairwell kind of like creaking under agony of both of your weight in this one particular area.
Now, how far is the dropping?
From where you guys are, it's about an 9 foot drop.
Not about the drop. Well, truth be told,
Hold on. It's an 8-foot drop.
and it's 15 foot to the platform.
It was 15 foot total, yeah.
Okay.
Try to swing him to the platform. Once a daisy.
He's
Two's a
gonna
daisy.
swing me.
Three's a daisy. We're going on 4, by the way. What's a daisy?
Roll a strength check, and then I will say.
Isn't that more of an athletics?
No, this is
Or
brute strength. You're trying to throw him up. There's no you are brute
Well,
strength.
he's trying to swing so that I can probably do something. I might have to like kick off of the rock a little bit or do something to grab on because I got to turn and grab, right? Trapeze style, like turn.
You'll have to grab him. So, but for him to toss you up first, that's going to be strength to throw you up.
Okay.
But
so
I will.
My strength modifier.
Yeah, so it's just a strength check. But I will say if you're going to try and like help with the swing, roll me a quick D20.
It was a 6.
Roll me D20.
Okay. And mine is 17.
17? Okay. Roll a D8, please. Whatever number you get is going to be added on top of his current number.
A D8. 6.
6. So in total, that's what, 12?
12.
Okay. So, Amon, you're sitting there and you're like, what? We're going on 4. And on 4, you go on release, and you can feel Carib kick off as you do. And you watch as he goes up about 3 feet, and his momentum from there kind of stops. Carib, do me a dexterity saving throw once again, please.
19.
So you feel as you're going through there, you feel your momentum begin to stop, and you're like, oh shit, if we don't get up this time, we're not going to make it. You take Mother, and you kind of jab her into the stone wall real quick to almost javelin yourself up, and you were able to grab onto that ledge above and pull yourself up.
Sweet.
But now there is a 7-foot inclined gap between Amon and the platform up above.
That's okay. As soon as I get up there and I scramble, I'm gonna just sheathe mother, and I want to just pull out my I have rope.
I have rope.
He has rope. He has rope. I have rope. We both have rope. Who
Perfect.
wants to use the rope?
I have 50 feet of rope, so I just toss up the rope there and tie it up to something. I don't know, or for him to hold it while I climb it up.
Easy enough to do with the two guys working in tandem there. So rope goes up. Could I be going and help Amon get those last few feet up? You guys are both flat-footed on the platform, safe and secure, and able to exit out upon your wishes.
You know, we wouldn't have to even be in the situation if you wouldn't want to go camping, but let's just get back and get to Amelia, and I
First
need to
off,
get a few hours of sleep.
I went after the pig like you asked, man. I fell down.
No. I said, did you follow the pig for food or for mushrooms?
Both.
Liar.
Both.
Let's just go.
I intended to follow the pig to the mushroom, then kill the pig.
And bust your ass and almost get us both stuck inside of a cave.
Run! Run! Run!
Yeah.
So what are you guys doing?
We are leaving the cave.
Leaving
We're
the
out
cave.
of the cave.
Okay. Who's going first out of the cave?
Well, technically me. You
So-
okay?
You gonna Rochambeau for it?
All three?
Ready?
Rock,
Come on.
rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Wait. 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Yes.
Okay, ready?
Rock, paper. Oh my God, you do that slow thing?
1, 2, 3.
Jesus.
That's better. 1, 2, 3. Ready?
1,
2,
2, 3.
3. Shoot. That's the slowest. Just roll something. Roll for
I'll go first. I'll go first.
He goes first.
What the fuck happened?
I don't know. The worst game of rock, paper, scissors I've ever played. I'll go first.
There's a delay in the stream. I can't rock paper scissors live here. This is too complicated. We have sophisticated machinery that does rolling for us. I don't understand why
You
we're
could have
playing
just
rock
rolled
paper
the dice of some sort.
Listen, we go back to the
scissors.
olden
Hey,
days.
this is how we would have handled it in real life. Okay,
This is true.
It's true. It would have been easier, but someone got all the counts off. So
Right, Ammon's going
Amon
first.
squeezes his way through. He's back out into the opening. Carib follows through.
As I'm squeezing through, I fart. So when he goes through, he's just crop dusted.
All right. So Amon, you make it through. You're back at the pillar. There you can see where the moon is positioned. You can see it much lower in the sky now from whenever you first entered this area. Carib, as you're pushing through, you get a whiff of beans and decay for some odd reason. Mixed with a little bit of honey and sulfur. It's an odd mixture nonetheless. But you get through this cloud and you push out, and you are also in the little gouged out area where you guys were.
I
see camp. Let's head towards camp.
now that I'm out, I just want to do another just look around just to make sure that nothing has changed upon walking out of this thing.
Yeah, roll me perception.
Perception.
Deception. Disgrace.
12.
Okay.
Don't say.
You look back at the ridge where you remember seeing those figures before.
Mhm.
There's nothing there. There's no, even the feeling you had before with the unique palpitations in your chest. Calm, steady heartbeat. No figures.
Damn it. It's late. Let's move.
All right. So it takes you
Okay.
takes you about a good hour to get back to base there. Climbing up, making your way back through the trail there, and you make it to the campfire. The fire has now died out, just low lit embers, and you guys pull up, and as you do, you can see that the moon is almost very low. I'd say you got about a few hours before the sunrise peaks over the edge, which would not constitute the benefits of a long or short rest, unfortunately, on this particular.
Not even 4 hours? Damn it. You son of a bitch. You hurt me, and I didn't even get to rest it off.
You wanted to go on an adventure.
So, are you
I'll
guys
remember
just going to go straight to bed, or are you guys Gonna wake up Amelia.
Oh, we're
to
going
cover.
to bed. Amelia, it's your turn for watch.
She wakes up. She stretches. Oh, I've had a wonderful sleep.
Rested.
Yeah, she's feeling fine. She goes, that's no problem. She walks out, gets a fire going again, just to get that warmth back in the area and eats you knock out. It feels like it's only been 10 minutes, but you're getting poked awake by Amelia, who says, it's time to go, sun's up, you gotta get going. But each of you will add 1 point of exhaustion to your sheets.
1 point of exhaustion. Now, just so that I understand, I've never had exhaustion before. What does exhaustion do?
So there's different levels of exhaustion, 1 through 10. Every time that you're not able to complete a full long rest, you will gain an additional point of exhaustion. The different points will have negative impacts on your abilities, your movement speed, and things like that. For the first level, let me see, exhaustion. For level 1, you don't have any negative side effects as of yet for exhaustion. I don't believe. I'll have to double check. But usually it's more like a penalty to like movement the first time or carrying capacity and things like that. But
right.
as you don't get sleep, as things happen, which also means any additional conditions which may play along with your mental fortitude may have greater effects as well. So just be mindful of that.
That's fine. So I'm gonna just kind of nudge over to Amon and say, next time when I say we're on watch, you just sit there and watch. Don't wander off. And if you do wander off, I'm not gonna find you until the morning. Just FYI.
No, you're not.
Oh, yes, I am.
And with that, as we wrap up our night of finding this oddly gouged out area with the items found within it, some new constellations found as well, that's where we're going to end up wrapping our session here on the brink of yet another new day. So do hope you all enjoyed this episode of Fool's Bounty. If you did, make sure you do like it, share it. Definitely subscribe if you aren't already, because that we appreciate that. And you guys have comments for these guys, let them know, because they enjoy it and they like the attention. You do.
You do. You do.
You do. So with that, thank you all again, and everyone have a great night.
See ya.
Let's go.